Hey you guys, my name is Mara Sullivan and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about romanticizing your life. And this video is actually the first video in a little mini series I'm doing on here called Galentine Wine Time. And I wanted to do like a little Galentine's inspired couple of videos for Galentine's Day, like related. And Valentine's Day, we all know, is for your boo, it's for your partner, but Galentine's is for the girls. And so I wanted to do a few girlhood, womanhood inspired videos. It'll be like around like seven, I want to say like 7 to 10 videos on a few different fun topics. Well, not all of them are fun because I will be talking about PMS, I'll be talking about cycles, hormones. I'll be talking about divine feminine. I will be getting into intimacy. I'll be talking about dating, just like all the fun, girly topics. So I want you to feel like, you're with me and we're just hanging out, having a little wine. So, fun fact, I actually do not drink wine. This is cranberry juice and sparkling water. Couldn't remember what else it was. It's cranberry and sparkling water. Wine actually makes me feel so sick, you guys. Like, I get the worst headaches, worst nausea. Like, let me know if any of you guys also like wine also makes you sick. And it's so weird because I can drink the hard stuff like whiskey, vodka, tequila. Tequila is my favorite drink. If I'm drinking, it's tequila, and sometimes I will be having cranberry and tequila in this glass. But because I'm doing about, like I said, I'll be doing around 7 to 10 of these videos, and I'm not taking a shot on every single one. So we're starting off with cranberry and sparkling water. Um, but let me know if like wine puts any of you guys out as well, because I cannot drink wine and be well. Like I will be out of commission forever. It's so weird. With the hard stuff does to most people, wine does to me. And I can drink the hard stuff, like the hard liquors, and be completely fine. I drink wine, I'm out for days. So cranberry juice and sparkling water. And I will leave the brands that I use on the screen at some point. But yeah, like I said, for this video, we will be talking about romanticizing your life. We'll be talking about self care. And initially, like the number one thing that you guys have to remember is that self care is so much more than bubble baths, it's so much more than lattes. Self care is about your entire life and how you show up for yourself. And that includes every area of your life. Self care is your health. Self care is how the people that you let in your life. Self care is your boundaries. Self care is how you spend your time. Self care is your work. If you know that you're in a line of work that is just genuinely running you into the ground and making you feel unwell and making you feel super uncomfortable and it's just unbelievably draining. I know because I've been there. If you're literally, working yourself to death, self care is taking the initiative to make an exit plan for yourself, to apply to other jobs, to maybe work remote and work from home. A lot of, our femininity it does start in the home, and you don't have to be traditional or domestic to be feminine. You can have other ways. Femininity does not look like just one thing. You don't have to be a wife to be a woman. You don't have to be a mom to be a woman and to be strong in your femininity. It looks like so many different things for so many different people, but a huge part of self care is genuinely how you are treating yourself. It's not the products that you're buying. It's not even the solo dates, which I love a good solo date. It is just so much more than that. And so, um, to romanticize your life and to, really, really have strong self care, you have to remember that every single area of your life, you need to be prioritizing yourself. Even if you do have a family to take care of, even though you might have responsibilities and things to do, it is so important to put yourself first and put your health first because you can't take care of anyone else if you're not okay. If you are, dang near putting yourself in the emergency room because you are doing too much, you're not going to be any help to anyone. And so it's really important that, when you are thinking about self care, when you're thinking about romanticizing your life and, you know, leveling up, upgrading yourself and, getting into your womanhood and being, the woman who you want to be, it's so important to make sure that you are taking the initiative to put yourself first because no one else is going to do that for you. a lot of times we all know women carry so much weight on their shoulders, and it really is up to you to say no. Self care is saying no when you need to. Self care is turning your phone off when you need to. Self care is so many different, things that you genuinely need to be doing for yourself. It is, like I said before, if you need to apply to different jobs, if you, need to cut people off or ignore people's calls sometimes or put people on mute, delete social media apps from your phone. I think it's so important to remember that self care is not just, like I said, it's not just taking yourself to the coffee shop. It's not just having your amazing robe and your slippers and your good wine or whatever you like to drink. It really is about the quality of your life and the areas of your life and making sure that you are putting yourself first and that you are prioritizing yourself in those areas. Something else that I love to do, and it'll help you like so much to just feel good and feel feminine, is to make sure that your space is telling a story. So whether you live on your own, whether you live with your spouse, boyfriend, partner, girlfriend, whatever, if you live in a space with other people, you can still do this. But it's to make sure that your space is telling a story and it is a reflection of who you are. I know, like, if you are a corporate girly, then you can probably like do this when you're off at your office or on your desk and things like that. Just making sure that any space that you know that you occupy for a long period of time is a reflection of you and makes you feel good and feel calm. And clutter is a huge thing that's going to raise your cortisol and give you anxiety and really help you to not feel good. And so it might not seem like it, is making a difference when you have a lot of stuff around you, but trust me, it is impacting your energy. It is impacting your ability to focus. It is raising your anxiety without you even knowing it. So it's super important to make sure that you are, keeping clutter in your home to a minimum. Not just your home, but like I said, if you are an office girly, or whatever, workspace, whatever your workspace is for you, that you are, making sure that it is a space that is a reflection of who you are, that does have, little things around, whether it's flowers or the mugs that you use every day. Um, but also just making sure that it's not a bunch of stuff always laying around, because it is going to affect your mood. It is going to affect your ability to focus even when it doesn't feel like it. Just having like way too much stuff like that you see is visually gonna like do something to your brain a little bit. And so it's so important to make sure that when you look at things, that they make you feel good in your space. Like I said, these are places that we occupy every single day. These are spaces that we're in for hours and hours and hours at a time every single day. And so it's very important, your room, your entire home, if you have an entire house to yourself, but especially like those spaces that you occupy every single day, make sure that you have things in them that are a reflection of you, but not like too many things. Like, don't overdo it, but like have your staple pieces, like whether it's a certain picture that you love to look at, certain book or books like that you need to have on your shelf, and like as soon as you look at them, you immediately feel good. Like certain, we all love home decor, certain pieces. For me, I love having a candle out, even if a candle is not burning at all times, because I don't believe in like, having too many fragrances going on at one time. I'm actually going to leave the Skinny Confidential. If any of you guys follow Lauren Bostic, she just came out with a candle with her brand, the Skinny Confidential. That's like a super clean, toxic free candle. As much as I love candles, I do not burn them all the time, because I'm someone who's very mindful about like fragrances and toxins in the air and in the environment and stuff like that. So I like to let my home kind of like air out and get a break from candles. As much as I love them, I do know that having candles burning constantly is not good for any environment for a long period of time. So be mindful of that, but just have things in your space that make you feel really good when you look at them. Like I said, plants, flowers, the mugs that you use, cups, notebooks, books, little things, on a daily basis that, you are looking at all the time. You got to make sure that they are things that you actually like to see. Another thing that is really going to help you is to make sure that you are, the content that you are consuming is content that you actually want to see and it's actually going to make you feel good. I just heard, I think it was Mel Robbins say that comparison. If you guys haven't read The Let Them Theory, go read that book. But I think it was in that book where she said comparison is actually jealousy. And that's so true because you want something that that person has. And even though, like, when you think about comparison, you're like, um, a lot of times it's so easy to be like, they have this and I don't have this, or I have this and they don't have that kind of thing. But, it's so much easier to, admire the things that people have and let it inspire you when you are super, confident and happy with the life that you are living and with, the life that you are creating for yourself. So if you are not building a life that you want to live, that you genuinely enjoy living, it is up to you. And so the content that you are consuming, like I said, mute accounts when you need to, delete apps when you need to, um, do whatever it is that's going to make you feel like you are living the best life ever, whatever it is that makes you feel like the luckiest girl ever. That way, when you see amazing things that other people have, you're not triggered by it. You're not, letting that affect you or make you feel jealous or make you feel like, you need to have that in order to be cool or in order to be like someone else. You need to figure out what actually makes you happy and what you actually like and what you like to do and fill your life and fill your time and fill your space with those things so that you're not even worried about what other people are doing. Anything that other people do is going to make you feel um, anything that other people are doing, you should be able to get inspired by it and actually like enjoy consuming that content. But it shouldn't make you feel like jealous or like envious or, make you feel like you're constantly comparing yourself and your life to other people. Because if you're doing that means that you are not creating and building a life and becoming a person that you actually want to be. And, living a life that you actually want to live. If you're constantly worried about what someone else is doing, then obviously something is off in your own life and you're not doing there's something missing from your life or from yourself that you're not fulfilling, and it's up to you to figure out what that little missing puzzle piece is. And once you become so obsessed with your life and so in love with the life that you're building and with the life that you're creating, like I said, you're not even going to you're not going to worry about what other people are doing. You're not going to care what they're doing because you're going to be so in love with your own life, and you'll be able to get inspiration from the people who you look up to, all of the like YouTubers and vloggers and girly like podcast girlies and all the people that I look up to and that I admire so much. I'll leave some of my favorite like creators here on the screen somewhere, but I look up to them so much, and their content actually inspires me so much. And I like will read their comments sometimes, and people will be like so mad at them, and like influencers are so out of touch, and rich people have all these things, and it's like, yeah, but you can have it too. And it's so important to remember, if you are someone who tends to compare, if you are someone who tends to be like rich people are bad or people with money are stupid or things like that, like that's just such low vibrational energy. And it's also important to remember that because they did it, that means that it's possible to do. That means you can do it too. And a lot of them are super open and super, you know what's it called? They're not gatekeeping how they became successful. You know what I mean? Like we have so much access to information now. Whatever you want to do, you can genuinely do it. You can make it happen. We have so much opportunity in this world right now. You can get a job doing anything these days. Like you can actually make money doing anything. It's just up to you to put in the work and to have the mindset to actually, believe that you can have the life that you want and to work for it and to sacrifice and to, you know, it's all up to you. Like there's no point in being jealous. There's no point in comparing your life to other people. There's no point in like looking down and talking down to other people, because that energy, the energy you put out is what you're gonna get back. And so if you're someone who's constantly gossiping is another thing, that and all of this does tie into self-care and ties into romanticizing your life, because it's all about the energy that you're creating for yourself. And so every single thing that you do on a daily basis, the things that you say, the thoughts that you think, like I was saying, like gossip, anything that you put out is what you're gonna get back. And so you have to really be mindful of the life that you live. And I think romanticizing your life and self-care and all that stuff, the core of all of it is peace and living a life that you genuinely, like I said, are happy to be living and excited to be living and enjoy living. and that makes you feel peace, that makes you feel comforted. And if you are someone who's always negative and talking down on other people and talking about other people, that negativity is just going to come back to you. Like that negativity is what is going to make up your life. And so you can't have a romantic, sensual, sexy, fun, girly, feminine life with a negative mind, like with a negative mindset and negative talk, like self talk and just a low vibrational energy all the time. Like I'm sure we can all think of like one person who woman, who is, I mean, man too, but for the sake of the video, we're talking about, women. Um, but like one person who who's just so unhappy all the time, like the one person who's always has something to say about someone else, who is just always complaining, who is always gossiping, who is always like, I don't know, just always like just ill, like just nasty. Like I'm sure you can think of at least one of those people. I'm thinking it's so crazy because most of those people who I know are actually church people, which is so like hypocritical and contradictory, but it's so true. But it's just really funny to me. It's like no, like it just doesn't make any sense. And most of the time, it's such an easy tell that those are the people who are actually so unhappy with themselves and with their lives. Like it's just such low vibrational energy. And so just make sure that you're not someone who is constantly negative. Like you're not someone who is, constantly complaining and always down. And like I said, just always have something to say about someone else. You should be so in love with the life that you're living and so obsessed with the person you're becoming and, the person who you are, you know, making yourself be, like the higher version of you that you are striving to be and that you are right now, just knowing that you already are that person. There's no separation between the highest version of yourself and the you right now. Like you actually are that person already. You just have to act like it and walk like it, talk like it, think like that person now. Like there is no separation between you and the person you're trying to become. But yeah, if you're someone who, is super negative, it's really hard to cultivate a life of romance. It's very hard to, be um just to, focus on yourself and on self-care and on loving yourself and on, romanticizing your life when you just have so much negative energy around. It's not good at all. It's actually so good. I love cranberry juice. Comment like your favorite juice down below because I really don't drink juice. And so when I do, I'm like, wow. When I do drink juice, it's literally cranberry juice. Um, but yeah, it's so good. Especially like sparkling water. Um, but yeah, the combo is really good. If you're looking for like a new juice combo, like I said, I don't really drink juice or soda because sugar gives me like makes me break out, and I'm also just like try to be mindful of what I put in my body. Make sure that you are always talking to yourself in a way that is so positive. I know that, positive thinking and positive mindset and all that stuff, can, like I always say in all my videos, like it can sound so cheesy, but once you actually start doing it and actually believing that you can have the life that you want and that you are the person who you want to be, like that's all you need, like to, step into becoming the person, the woman that you want to be. Like always the girls that come to mind are Sharpay Evans and Elle Woods. Like those two characters are the like epitome of I can do whatever the hell I want. I can be whoever the hell I want, and I already am that. And it's up to you guys to catch up. Like because I'm not gonna change. So y'all will just have to figure it out later. But I am so confident in who I am, and I know for a fact that I am meant to be this star. I am meant to be this woman. I am meant to be you know this girl that I know I am in my head. Get some spoiled girl energy. Like it's gonna help you so much. Like it's okay to be confident. It is okay to, not be nice all the time. It is okay to not be a people pleaser. That's a huge part of self-care again, is going back to, how you are showing up for yourself. It is okay to have some, like as I got older, I realized that Sharpay is actually not the villain in High School Musical. Like I think that she is actually the strongest girl, one of the strongest characters ever. I love her character, and I always have, but now I love her even more. Just as I've gotten older, and I've realized that like that's you actually do need to believe in yourself that much, and you do need to have a sense of being delusional and a sense of knowing that you are so great and you have so much potential and you have so much to offer the world and you have so much in you that it's undeniable. Like, if you know that you are someone who, genuinely is was born to live a big life or born to, whatever kind of life you want to live. It doesn't have to be big like in the world's terms of successful world's terms of success. But whatever it looks like for you, just know that you can have that life. If your dream life is to, be a stay-at-home mom or be a housewife, you know, make sure that you are telling yourself that every single day and that you are affirming and praying in gratitude every single day that for that life and for the life that you already have and that you are using your imagination to make sure that you are um envisioning yourself living that life every single day, even if it's not where you are right now. The more that you are consistent in telling yourself that, and the more that you are consistent in praying, believing, affirming, imagining, like doing all that stuff and also living like that person now, even though you might have to go to work every day, you can still you can still be like an amazing like housewife without, even though you still have to leave your house, whatever season of life that you're in, you can implement the future version or the dream version of the person you're trying to be in little ways now. Like, you don't have to wait until you are that person or until you have that thing to start, at least in little ways, living like the person that you want to be. It'll help you so much in, just becoming the person who you want to be. It'll help you so much to, just be it naturally. Like, you won't be trying so hard, to do anything because you already are that girl. Again, like Sharpay and Elle Woods, get some spoiled girl, rich girl energy in your life. Even if you, like I said, even if you don't have all the things you want right now, you can still like have that sense of delusion and have that sense of confidence where it's just like, this is me. Like, this is me, take it or leave it. I'm not changing myself for y'all. So if you have a problem with me, that's on you. It's your problem. So like, you need to make sure that you have that confidence, and like, it's okay to, like I said, to not people please. It is okay to make people feel uncomfortable. It is okay to not stay quiet all the time. Like, femininity does not mean that you have to be like a quiet little mouse. Like, you can actually like speak up and be confident and be loud and fill up space. I can't remember like who like made that super huge a while ago. It's probably like Oprah Winfrey, but she's like, it's okay to take up space. Um, but yeah, it's okay to do those things. Like, it doesn't make you less feminine. It doesn't make you less of a woman. Like, it's okay to know that you can genuinely have every single thing that you want, that you can be every single thing that you want to be. And like, that kind of energy is so fun. I've been on a huge Sabrina Carpenter kick, and I've been on a huge Miley Cyrus kick. Like, if you are trying to like just have more fun, I think more romanticizing your life in large part is having fun. It's not just being comforted and doing things that make you feel calm and relaxing and self-care. It's about having fun. And girlhood is about having fun. Girls just want to have fun. Like, it is okay to, let your hair down and be loose and have some fun. And it took me all of 2024, you guys, where I finally got into Sabrina Carpenter. Um, and I listened to her like, that was like my whole New Year's Eve like vibe playlist. I absolutely love her music because I told myself my 26th year is like the year that I'm having fun. Like, I just love her music. I've been listening to a lot of her. I've been listening to a lot of Miley Cyrus. Like, just the fun girl energy, like the music that's gonna make you feel good about yourself, the music that's going to make you not care what other people think, the music that's going to make you feel confident and, like I said, sexy and fun, and just, just take the pressure off of yourself. So much about being an adult, so much about womanhood is responsibility and having to take care of everyone and, just always having to do things for other people. And it's so important, especially if you're in your 20s, like, it's so important to make sure that you are having so much fun. And it's so important to make sure that you are, keeping yourself first and that you are doing things and consuming content that make you feel good. The TV shows you're watching, the movies you're watching, the music you're listening to, the podcast, the social media content, like the YouTube videos, every single thing that you consume should be making you feel so good. Also, making sure that you have some really nice things in your space like I was saying before about like making sure your space is decluttered and making sure that you have things in your space that you love to look at. It's also really important to make sure that every single thing like tells a story. So if you don't know who you are, or if you like haven't really pinpointed the things about your personality that you genuinely love, it's so much fun and it's so important to really figure out your personality traits. And so, like, what are the things that make you you? I've been on a huge pink kick like the last year. And so, but this particular shade, like the light pink, this is Victoria's Secret, by the way, for anyone who might be looking for a nice pink soft robe. But and this wine glass is from Pretty Little Thing. But actually, it came in a pack of four, and I got it on sale. I think it was like probably like $15 in a pack of four, and these are really great glasses. Um, I should be able to have them linked down below, but they might be sold out. So, but I'm gonna try. But anyway, if you don't know your personality traits, really take the time to figure out what makes up you as a person. When people think about you, what do they immediately think? For me, I pretty much live a very romantic lifestyle in general. So I feel like a lot of people who know me personally will think romance and will think like tea and jazz and books and coffee and um, just pink and like things that do make up, my personality. So you have to think about when people in music, when people think about you, what do they think about? And that is really going to help you to like pinpoint things that are going to help you to fill your space, fill your time, fill your life with more things that you love, is getting really, really specific about the things that make you you. You really need to pinpoint your personality traits if you do not know them already. Some of my favorite things, like I said, books. Coffee and I have been fighting. It's been giving me headaches, so I've just been sticking to tea. But tea, candles, roses. I keep roses in my house at all times. Like I do artificial ones because obviously the real roses die. But I keep very real looking artificial roses in my home at all times. I just live a lifestyle of romance in general because I love romance. Like it sounds cheesy, but every day is Valentine's Day to me. Like I am such a romantic. I'm always listening to jazz. Always have like Kenny G, Sinatra, the sexy music that's gonna make you feel good, whether you're dating or not. You need to be like making yourself feel good and feel romantic and feel have that sense of romance at all times and just really cultivate that for yourself. That way you're not going to be worried about, if you are someone who is single, you're not going to be like super pressed for, someone to do all this stuff for you because you're already going to be doing it yourself. Send yourself some flowers. If you have never done that, send yourself some flowers. Even it doesn't have to be like any huge, expensive, grand order. Like you can DoorDash yourself some flowers from a store. Like it's not that hard to like romanticize your life in little ways. Like you can make yourself a cute little cheese board. You can make yourself so many different things. You can cook for yourself. I love cooking. I love baking. I'm just pretty busy right now, so like I don't have the time to do a ton of stuff, but making sure you're prioritizing your health is another huge way to make sure that you're prioritizing self-care and romanticizing your life. Your health is huge. And so if you know that you tend to put your health on the back burner. If you know that you're someone who likes to look good and you have been letting yourself go, whatever that looks like for you, no matter which your body type, body image you love, if you know that you are not looking your best, then you're not going to feel your best. It is so true that when you look good, you feel good. So your clothes are obviously going to be a huge part of romanticizing your life and self-care and being feminine. Like your clothes are going to be a reflection of that. If you're someone who does not wear robes, get a robe, girly. What are you doing? You have to have robes in your collection. Like we love a robe. We love a good robe. Um, but it's just so important to just have things in your space and have things in your life that really do give you that sense of romance at all times, not just for Valentine's Day, not just for Galentine's, but at all times that you really do have a life of romance and peace and things that make you feel really good. I also really love journaling. I love spicy romance novels. And so if you're like I said, if you're looking for more ways to like, spice things up, start reading some really spicy romance. I would start with Kennedy Ryan because that girl, that's my girl. I started reading her last year. I will leave her books on the screen. Start with Real, Reel, if you have never read any of her books before. Now's the time to start. Perfect Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day read, especially if you're a part of a book club. If you're a part of like any type of like girlfriend friend group, y'all need to read Kennedy Ryan's books together. It's gonna be so much fun. Um, but yeah, like books I love, candles. Like I said, just living a lifestyle of romance is really, really fun for me. I love listening to romance music at all times. Brian McKnight. Who else do I really, really love? Barry Manilow. Anyone who's gonna give me like that sense of like jazz and class and elegance and sophistication, and romance, like that is definitely my vibe. But then I love the party girl pop music too. So I will throw on my, like I said, my Miley Cyrus, my Sabrina, my Taylor, um, you know, all of the girlies, and like just have a good old time. But it's so important to just make things that to have things in your space and to have things constantly in your life that really do um, just make you feel fun and girly and flirty. And like it's okay to do that. It's okay to loosen up. It's okay to have fun. It is okay to, no matter what season of life you're in, like I said, whether you're with someone else or not, to live a life of romance, to constantly, be showing love to yourself, and to constantly like just be showing yourself love and show other people love is gonna help you to be a much more, you know, fun human, when you're interacting with other people, when you are super fun and confident and don't take yourself too seriously, and when you just are creating a life that you love for yourself, people are going to pick up on that energy and they're going to want to be around you, and you're just going to be just a much more cool person. You know what I mean? Like I said before, no one likes to be around negative people. It is the easiest tell of insecurity when you are like someone who is just so low vibrational and always has something to say about other people and always complaining and always gossiping. Like all that stuff is just so, so, so low vibrational. It's not feminine. It's not fun. Like no one likes that kind of energy, especially not all the time. Like it's okay. We all have our moments where we need to vent. We all have our moments when we need to complain. But like if that's all you do, like every single thing that comes out your mouth is something negative, that's not okay. That is so far from romanticizing your life. That is not even funny. So just do your best to make sure that you are building a life that you love, that you're creating a life that you love. I also love watching old movies like Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, like the beautiful bombshell type, more stereotypical, not stereotypical, more like traditional type like movies and that were fun and had the strong leading man and like that kind of thing. I love 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 watching older movies, and watching the classics is something that is always so much fun for me. If you're looking for just something to switch things up a little bit, and if you're someone who just always watches the same thing all like at the same times all the time, um, it's so nice and it's so romantic and it's so comforting to watch those old classic movies. It's something about the black and white that is just ugh, so classic and so rich and sophisticated, and that is so my vibe. And so, like I said, I live a general lifestyle of romance, and so all of this stuff is, a part of my life on a regular basis. But I'm excited about this little mini series. I hope that you got to take away from this video. Like I said, I'll be doing a few more of these. I think I'm gonna do somewhere around 10 of these, like Galentine wine time videos. Again, please try saying that 10 times faster. If you made it to the end of this video and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any romanticizing your life, any self-care tips, please, please, please leave them down below. Let me know your favorites. Also, let me know your Galentine's Day plans. If you do not have plans with the girls for Galentine's Day or with yourself, I have a very, very, very small friend group, so it is okay if you are not like if you don't have like a huge Galentine's Day plan. This is our party, okay? This is our Galentine's Day party. Um, but it's okay to take yourself out and to do things for yourself, um, for Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, all of the things, to just make sure that you are prioritizing self-care, make sure that you are romanticizing your life, make sure that you are just really enjoying the woman who you are or who you are becoming, and make sure that you are having fun. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, go subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and check out more of my videos, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.